So, guys, Angela, tell me a little bit about raising money as a startup founder in the LGBT scene. I imagine it's probably a little bit different than I think what most entrepreneurs face. Tell us about that whole process and getting people involved, and what were some of the biggest challenges that you're experiencing right now?
Yeah, it's very different. I think that a lot of people assume that kind of the battle is over with same-sex marriage and there's kind of no more issues. And also, when people think about LGBT rights or LGBT issues, they think about the larger organizations, who, by the way, they do great work. Like HRC is the most famous one, the Trevor Project, It Gets Better. And they do a lot of high-level stuff, and that's what people understand. They understand policy, they understand suicide prevention, they understand all these things. What they don't understand is the disconnect between what you understand, grow to understand as an LGBT youth in this country and around the world. What you end up with is there's this teenage, angsty, confused, you come out, your parents don't agree, there's this whole falling out, and then you come together into happily ever after. There's that narrative, and then there's the L word, where you have Bet and Tina, a power couple, they have their lives together. And no one tells you about the in-between. No one tells you that you have to come out every single day to every single person you meet. It is exhausting. It is so exhausting. I tend to have fun with it, but it's annoying. It doesn't hurt my feelings, but it's annoying. No one tells you kind of all the challenges that you face that, from having kids to explaining that my fiance is a female because that's a gender neutral term. And so people tend to say, oh, what does he do? And I'm like, well, actually, she, there's like this look of terror of like, oh my God, I offended you. It's funny to me. She gets mad at me, but I do it all the time because I find it quite hilarious. Yeah, no, it's been challenging, but the great thing is that within the community there's so much excitement and people just get it. They're like, yes, why don't we have this? Why does this exist? Because currently it exists on small platforms, online things, through LGBT centers, things like that. But for me, I had not walked into an LGBT center until I started this app because it just wasn't. It didn't feel right to me. I didn't necessarily feel welcome, which doesn't make any sense because as a community, we tell this, everyone's welcome, oh, it's great. But actually, it really means if you look like Neil Patrick Harris, you're welcome. And everyone else, it's like,
He doesn't like Doogie Howser. I can understand.
I mean, I love him too. I love Neil, I love Ellen, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of us don't look like them. There are Black and brown people in the LGBT community, there are Asian people, there are disabled people, there are deaf people, but those people traditionally are not welcome, and it's really, really hard for people to understand that. And so within the community, there's just a lot of excitement around it, and so it's really about changing the narrative and getting people to understand that the margin that exists in larger society also exists within marginalized communities. So that's what we're working on, so please help me change that narrative.